really take a hold of the game and take control, and that was probably one of the most pleasing aspects of it. There's aspects we won't be overly pleased with. Our efficiency in terms of our shooting efficiency was low, particularly in the first half. I think we had nearly 30 shots in the first half, came away with 14 scores, am I right in saying that?
14 points.
Yeah, so there's a piece there for us to go after, there's no doubt about that. I think just the resilience we showed, that long ball coming down into our defence from puck out and from second ball off puck out. I don't know how many we're hitting in the second half, but I think we won 90% of those balls. And after what Cork did to us the last day, I think that's just something that we'll be very, very pleased with from today's performance going forward as well. Yeah.
It seemed you were always able to control the narrative, John. The 2 goals were maybe fortuitous enough, but other than maybe those couple of moments and maybe when Waterford got a purple patch, you were pretty assured throughout the game. You mentioned the wides.
Yeah, but it's all very well having that amount of possession and that amount of opportunities to score, and yet you end up 3/4 of it through the game, there's only a couple of points in it. So, possession is one thing, dominance is another. Ultimately, you've got to get the scores on the board. So, when you leak a goal or two like that, it leaves the door open for the opposition to get a bit of oxygen and to come at you and hurt you and maybe stun you, in that phase of the game. But, our response to the goals, I think, was very, very good. I think it'll show that we scored pretty much on the bounce straight after it. And the one in the first half, I think we got 4 points unanswered, I think, straight after the goal. So, the responses as much as anything else is important for us.
Another early injury, John, obviously Seamus Flanagan going down. Obviously O'Brien came on and did really well, but is that a worry?
Listen, every injury is a worry. We need everybody, and I hopefully it's not too bad. But ultimately we'll game again in 2 weeks' time, so it's highly unlikely he'll be involved in that one. So he just has to go now and get his rehab done, and no better team of people than the people we have with us to look after.
Mike Casey was really able to hit the ground running, John. Really a short performance back there after coming back from injury.
Yeah, delighted with him. Obviously, you're always concerned when fellas are coming back from injury, will they hold up? And in fairness, he had done a fantastic rehab. He was really, really strong. We could see that he was very fresh in the last 2 weeks, and yeah, we never had any concerns really for him coming into the game. But it's delighted to see him play well. And as a unit, I think defensively, I thought we were super. I thought we were really solid. Coughed up very few chances, and okay, they'll be disappointed with a couple of goals. But I think in the overall scheme of things, we just were very, very mean as a defence today.
Given how much Cork scored last day, John, was that a big focus today?
Well, listen, with the elements the way they were going to be, straight down the middle of the pitch, there was always going to be a half of the game where we were going to be under the cosh from that type of ball coming into our defence, and we always would have prided ourselves on that scenario, and didn't deal with it well in the Cork game, but really, really delighted with the way we managed it today. So yeah.
John, you go into the Munster final for the first time having topped the round robin table. Does that be any bit of an impetus?
Well, what I do know is that our performance levels are higher than what they were last year and the year before. When you look at the data that's there, which is the most important part of it for me, that our average performance level is up and up a nice little bit. So I'm delighted with that, and our trajectory is upwards as well. So we just got to keep going after those gains now, and we know that the shooting aspect is definitely one that we're going to have to, go back and re-engage in again for the next 2 weeks. But for the minute, there was a lot said about us, needing to be knocked out in the Munster Championship. Well, we're still here, and we want to drive on now. Great sense of achievement after coming through the round robin in the manner we have. There were dips here and there, but at the same time, I think overall we're in a good place to push on.
With the shot selection, John, I mean, you no problem shooting from distance normally, or shooting from out wide. That's never something that you seem to.
The boys will be disappointed. They didn't execute their shots well. The shots were on. In most cases, the first half, those shots were on. And most days, we'd expect the boys to put them over, and they'd expect to put them over themselves. But they just didn't do it today, and that's it. So, I think the reaction to it is probably most important. They didn't allow it to dent their confidence or their ability to go back and do it again. So, I've always said to him, just keep shooting, and get your shots off.
John, Shane O'Brien, a big impact for a debutant in such I suppose a pressure game, and he must have been delighted with his input.
Yeah, he's been waiting a while to get an opportunity like that, and listen, he came out of the 21 campaign, maybe battered and bruised a bit by the the results, but at the same time, it's a developmental process, and that's the most important thing. And he came out of it with a lot of experience under his belt, 4 good games, good tough games, and he came back into the group sharp. We could see that the first night he came back in, he was very, very sharp after those games, and it was up on us to utilise that. So delighted that he has a mark made, and hopefully it'll spur him on to greater things going forward. There's lots of room for improvement there.
You mentioned, John, that Dara Donovan was back in full train ahead of this game, but didn't make the 26. Is it a sharpness issue or?
No, it's just, listen, he'd only a couple of sessions after 10 weeks out. It's a long time to be out, and you're coming into this teams that are after, this is their 4th game in 7 weeks, so you can't just, if it was that simple to parachute into a game like that, why would you be training for 5 months to get ready for it? So he needs more time, he needs more game time, he needs more training. He has a load of work to do, and he's in great form. He's making great progress every day we're on the pitch. He did a great session again this morning. He'll do more next week, and the most important thing is he's fit and healthy, and we'll get him ready we won't play him till he's ready, but he'll know when he's playing that he is ready.
Is there a chance Sean Finn will be fit for the Munster final?
Hard to know. We'll see. If he has a good week this week, he'll have a shout. But we'll see how it goes. Again, we won't be using him unless he's 100% right.
Was it a hamstring for Seamus? Sorry, John.
Sorry?
Was it a hamstring, John? Sorry for Seamus.
It was a hamstring, yeah. That's my understanding of it.
Clare and Thurles, are you happy that the venue was sorted? Unlike last year when it was a bit of a hullabaloo, John.
I don't worry where it is at. I could be on any part. I couldn't care less. But it's a great privilege and honour to be in a Munster final. And there are special occasions. There are special occasions on the sporting calendar, and we've worked really hard to earn a place in that final, and we'll work hard now to give it the performance that it deserves.
Thanks, John.
Cheers, John.